Hey, just wanted to do a quick video talking about ranking or listing. It's known as both. So I'm going to be talking about what it is, what it can be used for, which hand to use, how to set it up, give you some examples, just give you a general overview of what ranking or listing is. You can call it either one. I call it ranking because that is how it was introduced to me. So first off, well, what is it? Ranking, it is a way of organizing information on your hand or listing information on your hand. It can be used for a ton of different things. It could be used for your favorite movies, foods you hate. It could be used to talk about people, to organize information about people. Anything that you can put in a category and list, you can use for ranking or listing. So I'm going to be giving different examples throughout this video. Well, which hand do I use? Which one is my ranking hand? In ASL, we have our dominant and non-dominant hand. Dominant hand is typically the one you write with, typically. For me, I'm ambidextrous, so I write right-handed. For basketball, I can shoot right and I can shoot left. For soccer, I used to really just kick left. I can switch back and forth between a lot of different things between my left hand, right hand, same with my feet. But one thing I never switch back and forth between is with ASL. With ASL, I always sign left-handed. That is my dominant hand. With people who aren't sure which hand to use, one thing that might help, put your hands together. Which thumb is on top? For me, it's my left. That is what feels more comfortable. If I switch it, it feels really uncomfortable. So this just kind of helped me know which might be my dominant. So for me, my dominant is my left hand. My non-dominant is my right hand. When it comes to listing or ranking, we use our non-dominant hand. So our non-dominant hand is now our listing or ranking hand, and the way we hold it in the hand shape of however many things we're talking about. We hold it palm in and to the side, so it's not upright, and it's so to the side, and then palm in. So we want to make sure we keep it here. We organize the information on our non-dominant hand, our ranking hand. So what you do first is you have to tell what you're about to sign about. You're not going to just start listing food and assume your audience knows you're talking about what you need to make something. You need to introduce it. So example I'm going to do is my favorite colors. I would sign my favorite colors. And one thing I see a lot is people getting my and I mixed up. This is my. Okay, this is my or mine. This is I or me. Okay, I or me, it's with a one hand, not an L, not a lazy one. It is with a one hand. I or me, my or mine. So my favorite colors, and then I set up whatever hand shape I need to match the amount of things I'm talking about. So let's say I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite colors. I would set up a 5. If I'm talking about 4, it would be a 4. 3, it would be an ASL 3. Okay, and then 2. Depending on the hand shape, depends on which finger you start on. So for 5, you start on your thumb. 4 is your index. 3 is your thumb, and then 2 is your index. So make sure you know what you're about to sign about, the amount of things, so that you have the correct hand shape and you can start in the correct place. So back to my example, my favorite color, and then I set up my ranking hand. I didn't have to sign my 5 favorite colors because this hand shape shows you I'm about to talk about my 5 favorite colors. So I've introduced it. Now when I point, okay, this finger now represents whatever color, and I would go on. So this one, blue, green, purple, red, black. Okay, so if I needed to go back and be more specific, like this one, this blue, and I could say whatever specific blue. I don't have to re-sign blue because this has been introduced as my favorite colors. Each finger represents that color. I don't have to constantly sign whichever color it is. I can just point to that finger, and that represents whatever I've set up. And that might make a little bit more sense when I'm talking about people. So another thing, when I am listing or ranking, I'm not dropping my hand, because doing this while someone is signing or watching someone sign is extremely distracting. Okay. It messes up having a smooth message by constantly dropping it. Keep your hand stationary. Well, what if I need it for a sign? Let's say you're signing name. Sign it and then put it right back. You don't have to constantly do this. I promise you will survive keeping your hand there. It doesn't take a whole lot of muscle. So just keep it there. Remember, palm in, and it's not upright. Keep it to the side. Let's see. All right, example. What I need to buy at the store. So I could set it up. Store, I need, go, why? Using a rhetorical question. Rhetorical questions, your eyebrows go up. This is different from a WH question. So store, I need, go, why? My eyebrows are up. I need, buy. And then let's say I'm talking about four things. So I have a 4 hand shape, and I point to whatever finger. I start with my index and I tell what I need to buy. So let's say it's milk, eggs. So I used both hands and I put it back. Butter, bread. I don't know. So let's say store, I finish. Home, I remember I needed, I forgot. Let's say I forgot this one. Well, what did I put here? I put milk. All right, so I forgot the milk. The way it would be signed. So store, I, go, why. I need, buy, milk, eggs, butter, and bread. I forgot, and I would point to my index because that is where I set up milk. I'm going to the store because I need these things, but I forgot this. I just point to that specific finger instead of re-signing milk, because that is what that one represents until I change the topic. People, you'll see ranking or listing a lot with people, and that's going to be my primary thing I'm talking about. So you introduce what you're talking about. So let's say I'm signing about my family. So my family, and then I set up however many I'm talking about. So my family, and you'll see some people do this. That's fine. You don't have to go back and forth. Just do it once at the beginning if you want. You don't have to. So I'd point to my specific finger that I'm talking about. Start with your thumb. When you're talking about people, you go from oldest to youngest. Okay, that's the way you will always work if you are just giving general information about people. If you're talking about your favorite people, that's different. But if it's your family, you're going to do oldest to youngest. So my family, set it up. My dad. Okay, so now anytime I point to my thumb, it's my dad. I can also use my pronoun hand shapes. So this represents my dad. If I do this is a possessive pronoun hand shape. Okay, meaning it's words like his, her, their, your. Okay. Well, I set up my dad so when I do this, it's understood it's his. So my dad, I've set him up, his name, and then I could give information about him. So anytime I point, he, his. Okay, so going through just a general example, my family, this one is my dad, his name, Jack. This is my mom, her name, Tony. This one is my brother, then his name, Michael. This one is my sister, her name, Jackie. And then this one is me, my name, Allie. Once I've set everyone up, I can go back and give more information. I could say, this one lives in Florida. This one lives New York. Me, I'm a teacher. So each finger represents that person. Instead of saying, my dad lives Florida, well, this represents my dad. So now I just say this one. So Florida, he live. Each finger represents whatever you have assigned to it. So make sure you know what each thing is that you're setting up. Well, what if I'm talking about more than 5? Okay, no problem. There are ways of doing it. So ordinal numbers, first, second, third, and so on. Well, we've already talked about 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that gives you up to 9. If you need to go above 9, so let's say I'm making something and I have 10 ingredients. So after I get to 9, I would do 10 TH. So, or you could just do first, second, 10. I do 10 TH, but typically I'm not listing more than that. So that's just me personally. I tend to not list more than 5, but giving you an example of listing more than 5, my favorite foods, I don't know. So my favorite food, this one, spaghetti, hamburgers, chicken, pizza, ice cream. Wow, all of this is really unhealthy. And then 6, I could say, I don't know, taco, whatever. Those aren't actually my favorite foods. Those are just what came to mind. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. So hopefully this helps. This is just a general overview of how to use ranking or listing. If you need help, I'm here. You can just reach out. Let me know what questions you have. Bye, guys.